Next up, what we're all really here for, I guess, The Undertaker beat the Big Boss Man in the Hell in a Cell match after 9 minutes and 46 seconds.
This hurts me.
If you watch, it hurt us all. If you watch the match, you remember that what Meltzer suggests here is on the money. The handcuffs break way too early. Bossman breaks these out and tries to cuff the Undertaker, but they're gimmicked, and the Undertaker's supposed to be trapped and desperate, and that doesn't happen because they break so quickly. So he has to pretend that he's trapped and helpless while Bossman beats on him. Both guys eventually bleed, but no one cares. Boring chants are all over the crowd. And then the finish is a tombstone seemingly out of nowhere. And then it really went downhill. The Brood comes in from the ceiling. So that's Gangrel, Edge, and Christian. They rappel down.
Well, they had a finish.
Like Sting has. And they start tearing at the center of the cage and eventually drop a noose. That's right, a noose. Like you hang someone with through the cage. And Taker puts the noose around Bossman's head and neck. And then they show Paul Bearer with the remote control box to lift the cage. And the thing that stuck out to you and I the most when we watched this the other day is that the Brood goes back to the top of the cage, and what happens?
Goddamn. Who was it? It was Edge. Got just hung up.
Before that, though.
Which part?
They all rigged themselves to go back up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And we shot it.
You had professional riggers, I'm sure, up there letting them down. But now they're down here by themselves.
And rigged themselves to go back up.
And rigged themselves to go back up with no professional help.
And then Edge gets hung up.
Edge just hanging
going
and
back
dangling.
Up, just hanging, dangling from the ceiling, hanging, dangling.
And not moving like everybody else is.
Yeah, well, everybody else was already up top, I guess, and we're still shooting it, and he's just kind of like spinning around. Man, I don't know what the fuck to say about this.
It looked so haphazard and reckless and dangerous. Had you seen that since when we watched it the other night?
Oh God, no. I that's one of those. I throw that one up there kind of with Katie Vick. I'd like to forget.
Do you think Martha used that as evidence against you guys?
Oh fuck, I have no idea. No, there's nothing to use there again. No, I'm not even going to discuss that. But the hanging itself, the absolute.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the hanging. So
dropping a noose. Let's think about this, folks. We dropped a noose from the top of the cage, already tied, a noose that you hang people with. Put it over Bossman's head, and hung him. It was horrible.
Did y'all walk through this the day before?
No, we did it that day, but it was fucking horrible.
So you're in the crowd or around the ring watching them kind of walk through this. The noose comes down. I assume they hook it to a harness that's under his gear. Do I have that right?
Well, yeah, you saw it on the goddamn show. You can see it.
Well, people are listening, though. I'm trying to get you to, talk to them.
I don't want to.
So just cut the show off? We done?
We're done. Yeah, man.
And so he goes.
Bossman was wearing a goddamn harness, and fucking there's a hook on the noose. Obviously, he wasn't choked.
I wish
folks.
people
he wasn't strangled.
I wish people could see your face as you have your elbows on your knees. Your head
now you want to describe what the fuck I'm doing with my hands in my head.
You look so downtrodden. Let me ask you again: were you ever embarrassed by anything with the WWF?
This was horrible. This was embarrassing, folks. Yeah, this was bad. I felt so bad for the Undertaker and Bossman, everybody involved in this.
I felt bad for me.
I felt bad for me. It sucked. It was
when you do
whoever's idea it was. I don't know if it was Russo's or McMahon's. Whoever the fuck's idea it was, it's horrible. I will go on the record saying it was horrible. Execution was horrible. The idea itself horrible.
Who was for?
And on top of it, this happened on a Sunday. The next night, Bossman just goes out and works a match. So give me the logic there. I'm sorry. It was the shits.
So you
sizzling motherfucking shits.
So you killed the guy?
No, he just hung him.
Huh?
He worked the next night.
No, what I'm saying, as far as the live crowd goes, I mean, you killed a guy.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even remember how the fuck we got him out of there. I know they dropped him down, but I don't know if they carried him out. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't even remember. It's one of those black holes in my memory that will never be.
Let me freestyle this. When you guys walked through it that day,
I can honestly tell you that I remember them dropping it down and looking at it and going, "Oh fuck," and walking away.
Did you hear Vince McMahon's reaction to the walkthrough?
No.
What about live?
No. I don't even know if he was there. I don't even know if he was around me. I was a gorilla. I couldn't even tell you. It was so fucking just dead. It was. The audience didn't know what to do.
Well, what are you supposed to do? You just fucking murdered the guy.
I mean, yeah, it's. Who's the babyface? Who's the heel? Am I supposed to be happy that we're hanging a man in the middle of the arena at the premier event?
Yeah. Do you cheer for a hanging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you boo the hanging, or do you cheer the hanging? Are we happy, or are we angry? Or do we really give a flying fuck? It just
No one gave a fuck.
No one gave a fuck about the match.
No.
And on top of it, you add that to it at the end. Didn't work. And I felt sorry for Taker and Bossman because they're two great workers that deserve more than that, in my opinion.
What did Taker think after?
I don't even remember. I imagine he probably just kind of hung his head like I just did and walked to the back and said...
Well, you don't remember Vince flipping out about this?
No, I really don't. And I got to chalk it up to being that black hole of trying to forget that shit.
How funny is it when Undertaker realizes, oh shit, he's spinning... The hard cam is going to catch the harness. Let me try to steady his leg here.
Fucking horrible.
And then at some point they turn the lights off. Like maybe.
Thank God.
And when they do, Michael Cole starts yelling, "It's symbolic. Is it a symbol? Is it a symbol?" Now, is this because you guys have gotten so much heat for crucifying guys and putting them on the cross and having to say it's not a cross, it's a symbol.
It's a symbol, pal. No, you know what I think was happening there is I would bet you money that whoever was
Jim Ross is in his head saying it's a symbol, it's a symbol.
Trying to say, he's not being hung, it's symbolic, it's a symbol. I don't know what the fuck it's a symbol for, other than you're hanging somebody, you're killing someone. It's a symbol. I don't
Of what?
Yeah.
What was the bloodbath a symbol of?
Blood. In a bath. And a vampire. Vampires like blood.